Hey guys, it's Kelsey, and I am back with another Mercy Tiara Autumn series challenge. So this is the sketch challenge. Moira gave us lots of sketches to work with. I really liked this 8x11 one just with the way that the layers were laid out. I am going to stretch it to a 12x12. But yeah, so that's where I'm starting. I did pull out my Saturday afternoon from One Canoe 2. I love this paper pad, and I wanted to use more of it because I got it at the same time I got Goldenrod, and then completely just focused on Goldenrod and almost ignored this one. So now that I've got Goldenrod out of my system, I want to play with some more Saturday afternoon. So I'm just trying to pick 3 pattern papers I can use for these main layers. So I do have this plaid, which I really loved right away, and then I pulled out this little house print that I figured I could use as the pattern paper strip on the left side of the page. I have a scrap of this navy blue from the Goldenrod collection, so I'm going to use that as the scalloped piece that's separating the houses from the plaid. And now I'm just trying to find one more paper to use as the large layer behind the photo, and I was having such a hard time, so I ended up going to my Goldenrod 6x6 paper pad and pulled out this scenic photo with this kind of sunset sky that had all the colors from this plaid. So I thought that actually went really well, excuse me. So I'll end up using that as that larger layer. So first thing I'm going to do is piece together the background. So I'm just going to cut a row of these houses. I think I tried to get like 3 of them. Hindsight, I wish this piece was a little skinnier because it ended up taking up a lot more of the real estate than I wish that it would have, but it's okay. So that's going to go over there, and then you can see that I cut the 6x6 in half, and I'm going to hide it behind the photo in this journaling piece to kind of stretch it up a little more so it looks like it's the same size as in that sketch. So that's where I'm starting. I have everything laid out pretty much the same way it is in the sketch. There's that one portrait 4x6 with a journaling piece to the right. So that's kind of where I'm starting. I'm just trying to get the actual format of the sketch together and glued down, and then from there I'll kind of go off and embellish how I feel like it. So again, I'm using this Martha Stewart scalloped punch, and that's going to go over this house print. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down really quick to the plaid. I didn't gut this, but I intentionally place my glue strategically, so if I needed to cut a piece of that plaid from behind the houses, I could. So there's that. I have the blue strip, you can see, does not stretch all the way top to bottom, so I will have to cut that and just layer some embellishment over it at some point so it looks like it stretches the entire page. And then I really like this journaling piece, but I thought the pattern around the outside was a little distracting, so I did just fussy cut the actual journaling block to use without that pattern so it wasn't so much. There's that. I'm gluing down the 6x6 papers to get that layer down. I'm just making sure that it doesn't go higher than the length of that journaling piece so I can cover up that large gap. But I think that looks pretty cool. That's the last, I think, scenic paper from the Goldenrod collection, so I'm really surprised I got all of those used up. Usually I have a really hard time with those pieces. But there's that, and then you saw where I cut this navy piece, so you see that gap at the top in the sketch. That's where a big circular piece with the title goes, so I just know there's going to be some sort of title embellishment, something that's going to cover that gap there. But now it looks like that strip is a 12-inch strip once it's kind of covered there. There's lots of scallopy borders in this sketch, which I also really, really loved. So there's another scallopy border on the right side of the 6x6 paper. So I did do this other scalloped border punch that I have. I think that's an EK Success border punch, and that's going to go behind the journaling along this piece here where I'm placing it. Words are hard today, guys. I don't know what it is, but you'll see me get this glued down. There is an additional doodly border thing along the right side of that piece. I don't end up incorporating that because I don't know. I just thought with the plaid in the background it was going to end up being too much, but I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, and then I think I will start working on embellishment. So I do have the Saturday afternoon ephemera pack, so I'm going to pull that stuff out and see what I have to work with. I really actually loved this little sweet tea in a mason jar. I thought that looked so cute. In this photo, It's just one Saturday where we all decided to go out to lunch together, me, my mom, my sister, and Bennett. So it's just kind of a Sunday brunch type thing. So I thought a sweet tea was really nice. When we go out to eat, my mom usually gets tea, so I thought it was appropriate. So yeah, I'm going to base an embellishment cluster over there next to the journaling around that tea. And then I also pulled in this Dear Saturday, I Love You ephemera piece because I really liked it, but all the pages I've done with this collection so far has not been on a Saturday. So this actually was a Saturday. So I wanted to make sure to get this piece used up. I figured it could serve as my title. I have my journaling to explain where we were and what we were doing. So I didn't think I really needed a title like we were eating at Johnny's Pizza type thing or Johnny's Pizza or whatever. So that covers that gap of that navy strip perfect. So I just know I want to build a little bit more off of there as well. And then of course I brought in my hashtag sticker book. I've used this a lot for goldenrod. I have not yet used it for Saturday afternoon. So I'm really excited because there's all these sticker sheets I'd been ignoring because I was working exclusively with goldenrod, and now I actually get to dig into them. So that was really, really exciting. I'm looking specifically at more yellow pieces. I have this yellow that's in these houses on the left, some yellow that's in the tea with the lemon, and the yellow in the title. So I felt like I really needed to bring that out a little bit more. It just kind of seemed like it wasn't enough yet. There's this cute little camera piece. That's a little circular piece I tucked behind the top of the journaling. And then there's a little word sticker that says remember that I'm tucking at the bottom of that little iced tea jar. So I think that looks really cute, pulls more yellow in. I think I thought about using this alphabet for a title, but I really didn't need it with that die cut. So, and I would have wanted to use all the yellow ones, and I didn't have a yellow color in some of the letters I would have needed to spell out whatever I was going to spell out, lunch, something, I don't know. There are a lot of hearts I end up pulling in, of course. I love One Canoe Two's little hearts. But a lot of this process is flipping back and forth through this sticker book trying to find whatever I want to use. So you'll get to see a lot of that sticker book, I guess, if you haven't seen a flip through of it yet. So there we go. Trying to figure out which pieces I pull in. I haven't pulled in hearts yet, so I know I need to pull in some more hearts. What are you doing? I think I see some hearts on this page. I think those are some of the hearts I pull in. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just staring at the prettiness pretty much. I don't know. Back to the ephemera. I think I pretty much used most of what I'm going to use, though. I know there's one more ephemera piece I pull in, but I don't know if I pull it in yet. Back to the sticker book. I do pull in this little leafy bit. That's what I was waiting for. I pull in this cute little leafy bit to come and kind of branch off of the tea section. I just wanted to make that cluster look a little bit more interesting, and it had some of the greens that were in this house print that's on the far left. That kind of green is not really in the rest of the page. It's a little bit in the plaid, but I didn't think that green was represented enough on the right side of the page, so pulling in that little leafy bit kind of pulled that green across to the other side. So I really like that. And then of course that little navy banner, and now I'm popping hearts on everywhere. I put little green one down by remember, again, to pull some green over to that side of the page. I staggered some yellow ones up by the title. I know there's another one that I pull into. There's a little blue one, yep, right there, that I put down by that camera across the journaling piece. So it's looking a lot more me with some hearts scattered. And then I'm liking the cluster with the sweet tea. I am not happy with the cluster where the title is, so I do just know I want more up there. I do pull out my scrap of vellum that I had left over from the last layout I did, and I'm just going to do some fishtail banners and tuck that in a few areas. So it's running across the photo out to that cluster with the sweet tea. I think that adds a whole lot. I really like how that pulls in all those elements together and kind of gives them a shelf to sit on. And then I did just tuck a little piece of that vellum banner in next to the title up at the top. So it's a nice little subtle detail, and it really helps bring in a little bit more layering bits. I definitely know I still need a lot more up in that title cluster, but I am really liking how the sweet tea cluster is coming along. And then I did pull in some pink washi tape. This isn't washi tape from One Canoe 2, but it's pink and plaid and hearts, and I thought it went. So I am just going to pull in a few strips of it under each cluster. So you see me tucking it in there by the sweet tea. And I'm just layering them together. There's this cute little white and pink plaid, and then there's this skinny washi that's white with pink hearts, like a row of pink hearts, and I thought it looked super cute. So yeah, those are going in each areas. It is harder to see up by the title where it goes over those houses, but it's enough to give you more of a layery feel, which is what I was going for. I will go back because so far a lot of the stuff in that Dear Saturday I Love You cluster is translucent. So I do want some more opaque things. So I'm going back to my hashtag sticker book and trying to find something to put in that Dear Saturday I Love You. I do find another sweet tea, so I figured, well, I have a large sweet tea down there in that cluster, I might as well put one in this one. So I move those little yellow hearts to kind of incorporate that, and I think that looks really cute and kind of balances that brown color from the sweet tea across the page. And then this is where you can see I sneak another scrap of this plaid from behind that house pattern with my little scalloped circle punch, and that's going to go behind the sweet tea to really give it something solid to sit on, and that helps branch that sweet tea cluster above the title around down to these banners and washi tape. So that helps. It still looks a little floaty and not pulled together, so I will do something to fix that. I also pulled in my goldenrod puffy stickers. I have an embarrassing amount left over after my How to Kill a Kit with Style with this collection, so I wanted to use some more up. There are 3 little florally bits that I thought went really, really well, so I did just sprinkle them in a few areas. I have one up by the title and 2 down by the sweet tea. I really like the extra texture and layers that adds. And then I had a scrap from the pink scalped portion that I gutted, and I really didn't want it to go to waste, and I really felt like I needed something more substantial over by the title, so I did tuck that behind the other scalloped border. I think that looks really cool, helps pull that pink over to the green and makes that cluster a little bit more substantial. But I still want something for all of these clustery things to sit on, because it still looks so floaty with that vellum banner, and it's just not enough. So 3 guesses what I do to fix that, you guys. You guys know me too well. I'm sure you will guess it by the time you see it in frame. I'm going to clean up my desk a little bit. I think I'm done with the ephemera. I'm pretty happy with what I have on the page. I just need something to help beef it up a little bit and fill out those embellishment clusters. So yeah, I'm taking away the stuff on my desk I know I don't need anymore, and then I will evaluate what to do because I'm almost done. It's not there yet. But until I figure it out, I'm just going to go ahead and do my journaling. I just write, you, Mom, Aunt Kelsey, and Grandma met for Saturday lunch at Johnny's Pizza. We passed you around so we can all get some Bennett snuggles, which is usually what happens. We take turns eating by passing him around. But yeah, that's Bennett and Grandma, and they look so cute snuggling. His cheeks are just too much. I really enjoyed using this pen with One Canoe 2. It's like the perfect navy to go with One Canoe 2. I think it's Night of Navy is the name of that, Stampin' Up pen. I really enjoyed it. And then I did just put the date up there by that navy heart. So staring at the page, trying to figure out what I need to do. I don't know why it took me so long to figure it out, but yeah, here we go. Doilies, guys. Doilies fix everything. I mean, almost everything. So, I decide to just tuck a doily behind each of these clusters just to give everything a place to sit. And it really made a big difference. So you can see me struggling because they've already glued down all of this stuff, and now I have to tuck a doily behind all of it. So I struggled a little bit with kind of getting that down into place, but I think that helps a whole lot. So I feel like I didn't really need it over here by the sweet tea, but I felt like I couldn't just have it up there by the title. It looked a lot more balanced when it's in both areas, so I just decided to go for it, pulled everything up, tucked it behind there, and then restuck everything down. But I think that made a really big difference. So that is that sketch in a 12 by 12 format. I think I did it pretty much how it was. I changed the title section a little bit and where my embellishment clusters were. But I think that's pretty much it. Is there anything else I do? I do one more thing. I go through my enamel dots because I wanted one more texture that was a little pop of something. I really was looking for, I think, a yellow or a pink to kind of pull those colors out a little bit more, but I actually ended up going with these Freckled Fawn's glittery white ones. I don't know why. I think maybe because I pulled in the doilies, I wanted a little bit more white, but I did just scatter those in a few areas across the page, and I really like how that looks for a finishing touch. And I really don't use those glittery white ones very much, so I think they look nice on the page. I think they're unexpected, but yeah, these are the close-ups. So there is my sketch challenge for Mercy Tiara's Autumn Inspiration series. If you haven't checked us out, come and play along with us. There are lots of challenges going on. There are prizes, and there will be a hop later on next month. So thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.